Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Past Perfect Tense Part 1. This video is about some common ways the past perfect tense is used in American English. Okay, are you ready? Listen to the conversation. Where did you go on your vacation? I went to Japan. Had you ever visited Japan before your trip? Yes, I had been there once before. Now let's find the past perfect tense in the conversation. First, the man asks, "Where did you go on your vacation?" And the woman replies, "I went to Japan." Now, they're talking about a past event that has already happened. Okay? And you can see in the question, where did you go? And the woman says, I went to Japan. Okay? And then in the second part of the conversation, the man begins by asking, had you ever visited Japan before your trip? This is very important because he's asking her if she had done something before going to Japan on this trip. So he's actually using the past perfect tense exactly the way you use it. He's asking about an event that happened before another event in the past. So there were two past events. All right, one was before the other, and we know exactly which one. When the girl answers, yes, I had been there once before. You see, before? So she had been there before this trip. All right, and that's really what the past perfect tense is all about. So, when do we use the past perfect? We use the past perfect to talk about two actions that happened in the past. We use the simple past for the most recent action and the past perfect for the action which happened first in the past. Let's look at the conversation again. First, the man says, where did you go on your vacation? Now he's using the simple past, right? Where did you go? And then the woman answers, I went to Japan. Again, simple past. And they are both talking about the most recent action that happened in the past. Then the man asks, had you ever visited Japan before your trip? Now he's talking about the action that happened before this recent trip, and he uses the past perfect. And the answer from the woman is the same way. Yes, I had been there once before. And when she says before, she means before the most recent trip that she took. Got it? All right, let's look at another example. Hey, did your basketball team win last night? Nah, we lost. You lost again? What's the problem with your team? I think we lost many games like last night's because we hadn't practiced enough. We just don't have enough time. All right, let's find the past perfect tense again. First, the woman asks, hey, did your basketball team win last night? And the man replies, no, we lost. Now, this is last night. Simple past, right? Lost. We lost. Okay? Then the woman asks, you lost again? What's the problem with your team? And the man answers, I think we lost many games like last night's because we hadn't practiced enough. We just don't have enough time. Now, I think you can clearly see this, right? The first action, well, the most recent action that happened was they lost the game. His team lost the game. And then the action before that action in the past was not practicing. They hadn't practiced enough. So if you can see this pattern of two actions in the past, one happening before the other, if you know which one happened first, you can do this, I think, pretty easily. But If you're still not sure, let's look at another example. Ready? Hi, Christine. I'm going to be late for dinner tonight. Why? I missed the train. How did that happen? I got caught in traffic, and when I arrived at the station, the train had just left. Okay, now let's find the past perfect tense in this conversation. So first, the man calls up Christine and says, Hi, Christine. I'm going to be late for dinner tonight. And Christine says, Why? And the man explains that he says, I missed the train. Okay. And then the woman asks, How did that happen? And the man responds, I got caught in traffic, and when I arrived at the station, the train had just left. So our two actions here that we're really concerned about are the man arriving at the station and the train having already left. Now, when he says the train had just left, that happened first, and then he arrived. So the first action that happened in the past is the train having left, right? It had left, had just left, and then he arrived. Okay, so we have the two actions happening in the past. One happened before the other, and the action that happened first in the past, that's the one that gets that past perfect tense, okay? The had, all right? The had plus the past participle. And then that action that happened before that one, in this case, arrived, that one gets the simple past. Okay, you got it? All right, let's see, one more example, okay? But this time, can you tell me which action in the next example happened first? Here's the example. When I arrived home last night, my wife had already cooked dinner. Take a little time and think about it. Well, if you chose my wife had already cooked dinner, you are correct. Now you could even say, she had already cooked dinner before I arrived home. Do you see how it works? Okay, that's all for this video. In my next video, I'm going to give you some more situations using the past perfect tense. So thanks again for watching, and remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.